Good afternoon. Thank all of you for hanging in with us toward the end of this dynamic day. Our next thing we're going to have is a showing of a film, Hands Up Don't Shoot by Mr. Ralph Prout. Ralph has been a community activist in the community around issues of education and political and social issues, and has now since moved this platform to media and film. So please join us in welcoming Mr. Ralph Prout to the stage.
How y'all doing? Has the day been long? It's been all right? All right, all right. Well, things like these events are very important, so don't take them lightly, especially when we talk about documenting our movements and the power of our media. Keep this in mind. If you are a consumer opposed to being a producer, you put yourself in a position where all you're going to do is be reactive, reactionary, and sometimes even stagnant, meaning just standing still, chilling on your couch, chilling on your chair, watching somebody else's version of what news is for you. And it's deeper than news, but these are our stories. So I just wanted to say that briefly, just to key on that, because that's a very powerful thing, especially where you guys are at right now, to take ownership of not only your stories, but everything that evolves around your families and community and the institutions that are a part of the community. So with that said, this is a film called Hands Up, Don't Shoot Our Youth Movement. And it was done as a documentary film done in Ferguson, Missouri, and we basically went down to Ferguson, Missouri, and did this piece the day of the funeral of Brother Mike Brown. And we turned on our cameras at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and turned them off at 10:30, and we were able to come back and basically kind of like put together a piece that describes what the people were feeling and some of the fine details around that whole tragic murder and death of another young black male. This is Hands Up, Don't Shoot Our Youth Movement. Thank you.
All right,
What is your name, by the way?
all right, my name is Kadeja. My name is Kadeja Brown. I'm an upcoming sophomore at Minneapolis Community and Technical College.
Okay.
And I just watched the Hands Up, Don't Shoot documentary. I jotted down some notes just because it was really fascinating. So, I mean, just being in the loop about contemporary issues, right? Trayvon Martin, Mike Brown, these contemporary issues being brought back in this documentary, it just reminded me of the fact that, like, I don't know, we don't really analyze these things like they happen. They're contemporary issues, like this is happening in our generation, but the way that a lot of youth are analyzing it, I don't think it's done effectively, and I don't think it's done in a way where we can actually take something from it rather than just being angry, rather than just blaming, white America. What could we take from this experience? So I was really glad to see this documentary because, I mean, like I mentioned in one of my first questions, like, you created like this interesting relationship between black business and not black on black violence, but violence against black people, and that was really interesting to me. I don't know, I want to be an educator, and lately I've just been reading a lot about education in general, like what does it mean, what does a classroom look like for black students succeeding versus an all-white classroom? How is the curriculum, how could cultural awareness and enrichment change the dynamics of the classroom, things like that. So, I don't know, I've just been reading a lot, I guess, and I think this all ties back to viewing this documentary, just picking up on little things and and really deciphering, what's going on rather than the obvious, okay, black people are getting killed, but what's behind that? So I think that could definitely be used as an educational tool when we analyze it and not just look at it like face value. But when we break these down and we ask these sort of questions, we get so much more out of it. And I think that's really important. I mean, we can have all different types of interpretations of it, but at the end of the day, we're all taking our own experiences, and due to the questions we ask and the questions that we pose, we'll get a different response, but we're learning from that. And that's what education is all about, right? Just learning. What does learning look like for you? So, I don't know, I'm learning from this interview, I'm glad that you were here, because before coming here, I saw like on the page, all the speakers that were gonna be here and everything. And I'm so glad you're here, so I could actually get a chance to like ask you in person, like what motivated you, and little things that I picked up on. But I mean, I don't know, that's sort of a long answer, but little things like that. I mean, taking notes on things that you observed and furthering the research on those little things. So I don't know. My name is Kadeja Brown. I am an upcoming sophomore at Minneapolis Community and Technical College. I'm an aspiring educator, specifically elementary education, and I am watching Freedom Radio.
Freedom Radio.